nice circles. I'm going to do a couple of nice even strokes mixed with the next stroke or two. Keep that evened up. Notice I keep dipping the razor. I'm thinning the slurry as I go. Now, really light, I'm going to do about 20 circles. Slurry is still in the stone. It's a nice milky slurry. It's not real thick. I'm going to come back with about 20 circles. Nice light pressure. I did not say no pressure. I said nice light pressure. I can feel everything going on the edge. Pushing that heel just a touch right there. Because you can feel when they're rough and when they're smooth. You can kind of hear it too. Okay, still with the slurry on there, I do what's called pigtail strokes. The slurry is way up here, so I'm going to start up here. I'm going to circle, come down. Flip the razor, circle, and come back. Flip the razor, circle, and come down. You can see this on that one YouTube video that Liam, the one barber out of England, does with the caudicle. This stroke works with every kind of slurry if you want to use it. You can even use this stroke on a barber's hone with soap lather if you want. It keeps the lather moving back and forth. It's a really good stroke for Japanese hones. If you want to work your slurry, it's really good for that. Now I can see, and I'm not sure if that camera angle is picking it up, I can see the slurry and the water being undercut as I work it. Nice light pressure. I did not say no pressure. I'm kind of torquing it towards the edge. And it's getting nice and smooth. I do about 20 of these maybe. I go more by feel than numbers, but somewhere around 20 it should be about right. And again, you have to adjust that for your honing stroke and everything. When you get a lot of experience on this, you start pushing that edge in. In other words, you can torque the razor, you can feel the torque of the razor, and it makes it a lot easier to sharpen. Dip the razor. I'm going to do 5 nice, very, very light finishing strokes, slightly heel forward. Now we're going to do some X strokes. And you don't have to do it this way, this is just the way I do it. You could just do regular X strokes the entire way through. I just like getting them nice and even. This works for me. It might work for you, it might not. Also, if you might notice, I use my second hand a lot. I just basically push right behind here. I'm just guiding the edge so it stays nice and even for me. I've done it this way for so long, I don't think I could do it any other way. My finishing strokes I usually do one-handed, but working strokes I usually do two-handed. There's no down pressure from that second hand. It's just a guiding finger. And I can see on the hone itself, first off, the hone is very, very flat. But secondly, the edge is moving almost perfect and skimming away the water. And you notice I just keep doing that. I keep wetting the razor, keep wetting it. Now I'm going to finish on this. Now to finish, I'm going to make sure there's no slurry on there. I want a nice clean hone. Okay, 180 degree flip. I get in the habit of doing that. It keeps your hones really nice and even. If every time you change razors, you change anything, just spin the stone 180 degrees and you'll be working the other side here instead of this side. I just switched. Now let's finish this razor off. Barely touching it, just nice even strokes. Straight down the hone, a couple of X strokes in there, straight down the hone. Basically I'm just kind of finessing the edge in it. If you also notice, I haven't done a whole lot of tests. When you're learning how to hone, you do a lot of tests. Most of the time after a lot of razors you start honing more by feel than anything else. I can sit here and I can look at that water moving down the, I don't think you guys can see it, but I can look at the water moving down the edge and I can tell the edge is already sharp. A couple more. Okay. I know you're not going to believe this at this moment in time, but this edge is absolutely, totally shave ready. It's just lopping those hairs right off my arm. Not even, there's no hesitation at all. Okay, I know you can't really see that, but it is honestly already, it's ready to be stropped and shaved. Nice even edge. Pull the tape off, you're done, and you can strop it out and you're finished. That is honing with one hone. Once the bevel's set, really, it doesn't matter what you do. Unless you really mess up, it's pretty easy to get a straight shave ready edge. I can do that same thing, switch this hone out. I can put a caudicle in here. I can actually even put a Norton 8K sitting right there, use one of those little Norton prep stones and do the exact same thing. If you use a Norton 4.8, it makes it even easier, but you can do it on a Norton 8K, you can do it on a Shapton 8K, you can do it on an Aniwa 8, 10, you probably pull it off on an Aniwa 12 too if you wanted to. But once you have a solid bevel, it's it. One hone, slurry, done. There's no complicated things about it. A lot of people like to make things really complicated. It's really not. One of the things I've been seeing a lot in a lot of the videos is this. Okay? This stroke, this half stroke with your finger in the middle of the blade. If you go back to where I was correcting a problem, I had a problem right here on this spot in this blade and I needed to push the blade. What did I do? I put the blade down and I pushed. Keep in mind, I didn't push. I just barely added the weight of my finger right there and corrected the blade. If you are doing this with your finger right here in the middle, you're correcting the blade. This is the fastest way to make a frown there is. I mean, it's almost designed to make a frown. So my advice, stay away from that. You do what you want with your razors. I use that finger there to correct problems. You can see people will sometimes hone and move their finger across the edge to give it just a tiny bit of touch. If you're actually torquing the blade as you're honing, if you're torquing towards the edge, it accomplishes the same thing. But my advice to you, unless you have a problem, unless you want to push an edge, leave your fingers off. Don't do that. This, pushing it behind, you're not pressing into the edge. Back here means nothing. It just doesn't unless you press down. But this guiding with the second hand, that's fine. Don't press the edge into the stone. It's not a good idea. Anyway, again, thanks for joining us. gssixgun from SRP, and that is honing on a Thuringen. Again, you can do that on just about any stone. Just about any stone you want to shave off of. And you know, you can get ridiculous on that too. The 16s and 30Ks. You could probably do it, but boy, that'd be a lot of work. But any of your normal, even a Chinese 12K, you can do it on a Chinese 12K too, by the way. Anyway, have fun. See you on the forums.